Hello and welcome to Beyond the Finish Line, the podcast for runners of every pace, every distance and every goal. I'm your co-host Georgia and I'm a 4-time marathon runner and a social media content creator and soon to be sub 4 hour Sydney marathoner. On today's episode, our highs and lows of our training, a massive bumper Sydney Marathon episode. We have everything from getting ready, getting there, the course, water, hills and spectating. Listener questions and a rundown of everything I'm doing to prepare for Sydney. Joining with me today is my co-host, Coach Matt. He is a 5-time Ironman and an endurance coach. How are you going, Matt?
Mate, fantastic. Just here for the vibes, here for a massive Sydney Marathon episode.
I'm so excited for this episode, so passionate. I've got all my notes. I can't wait to get into it.
It's interesting. It's like the first, obviously it's the first year it's a major, but like it's the first year the whole running thing has been like, it's really ramped up. So it's cool to see the two episodes come, or the two peaks come together.
Yeah, and this is our first Sydney Marathon that we're recording the podcast. So we definitely had to do this episode. We get lots of questions about the marathon. So we thought, why not just do one big episode where we can go through absolutely everything and hopefully put some minds at ease.
Yeah, and for anyone who is not running Sydney Marathon, we will try and make the answers somewhat applicable to marathons in general where we can, but unfortunately this is pretty Sydney specific. So if you're not running Sydney, it might not be the episode for you.
Yeah, there are a few things in here that are, as Matt said, pretty Sydney specific, you know, the hills and parts of the course and stuff like that. So I do apologise if it is a bit confusing, or if you're not from Sydney, I again will try and make it applicable to those who aren't from here. But yeah, I think you'll definitely get some things out of this if you are running a marathon in the future, like if you're running Melbourne or another marathon down the track.
Yeah, for sure. Like a lot of the lessons are just universal, but some things, actually, I don't think there are too many things that we couldn't make more generalized if we really tried.
Yeah, I think regardless, you're going to get something out of this, but we have a huge episode lined up for you guys. Lots of questions. I think when I wrote them all down, there was over 40 questions. So we've definitely had to scale it back a little bit, and we've combined a few questions together as well, just to make it a bit easier and flow a little bit better for you.
Yeah, awesome.
Cool. How has your week been, Matt? You've got news?
Yeah, big week for me. Finally sort of ended my little mental dilemma I was having, which was nice.
I'm very glad.
Yeah, it was the first time that I ever went through being indecisive. I would say one of my superpowers is I can make decisions on the spot with whatever information I have, and I am really okay with that. But I just couldn't make a decision. I was like paralysis by analysis. The more I thought about it, the harder it got. But yeah, finally made a decision. I'm not racing Ironman Western Australia at the end of the year. Just the time commitment and the focus and energy and all of those things, it just doesn't stack up with how well the podcast is doing, the performance project is doing. I believe that energy and time and focus is better spent on those projects at the moment.
Yeah, definitely. How did you come to the decision?
I use a framework, but I don't know if you want to go through that, but it's I really just came down to allocation of resources. So time, energy, money, focus was like the biggest one.
Yeah.
Ironman training, just the training alone is sort of 20 to 25 hours per week. That doesn't include travel. That doesn't include body work. It doesn't include like prepping your bike if you need to drive somewhere to go for a ride or drive to the pool.
Yeah.
So realistically, it's 30 plus hours a week. And I was just like, that is essentially a full-time job that I could be dedicated to my athletes, to the podcast, to making things better, to growing this and setting things up long term so I can come back and when I do another Ironman, I can be fully locked in.
Yeah. And I think it's one of those things that you just had to kind of make the call, right? It was like, what is going to be more beneficial for me in the long term? I know you just said you had framework. Is that what the cost effort, is that what that is, your framework?
So I have whenever I make big decisions, whether it's business or relationship, finance, sport, whatever, I sort of go through 6 questions I ask myself. It's like, what do you want? So what is the goal?
Yeah.
Why do you want it? So a rule for me is if I can't answer why, it's probably not my goal to begin with. Then I go, when do I want it? So I need to set a date. Goals without dates or goals without a deadline is just a dream. Allocation of resources, time, energy, money, focus. And then that sort of carries on into, if you tally up time, energy, money, focus, I call that the price. That's the price you need to pay. And then are you willing to pay that price? So it's quite easy, yes or no. So for you, Georgia, like I'm training for a marathon. Cool. On Sundays, you need to run sort of between 3 and 4 hours every week. And you're like, I'm not willing to do that. Cool. You're not willing to make that price. You pay that price, or you are willing to pay that price. And then likelihood of achievement. So I sort of tally everything up based on the previous 4 points. What do I think my likelihood of achievement is? And you guys can see how fucking analytical my brain is at the moment, because this is just, it's rough if you don't think the way I think. But likelihood of achievement, I give a percentage, and then I sort of think, if I am, can I increase my odds if I add more resources to it? So more time, energy, money, focus. And that was sort of the second point that I got stuck on. It was like, I don't think going into an Ironman prep at 80%, 85%, even 90% committed, I would achieve my goal. So that was the last one. And then, sorry, the last point is, would you be proud of the pursuit even if you fail? So if you spent all of that time, energy, money, focus, chasing something and you came up short, would you still be proud of yourself? So that's how I make all of my big decisions.
So I really like that. I like the last one as well. Would you be proud? Because you're like, well, no, I only gave it 80%. So
yeah, exactly. So
yeah,
that was a big thing. Like I'm a big proponent. If you're chasing a goal, like you need to be 100% in. There's no point going 80% in, 60% in. You're just wasting your own time. Like you're better off waiting until you can go 100%.
Yeah, and for anyone who wants to remember those things that Matt has just talked about, you popped that on your Instagram this week, didn't you?
Yeah, just 2 days ago.
Yeah, perfect. So you can go back, have a look at it, you could save it, make sure that way you can remember it for next time you're kind of facing a similar decision to Matt. It's a super helpful one to look back on.
Yeah, frameworks really help me, breaking things down just into like little baby steps that are consistent, and I follow that framework over and over again. Yeah, I find it really helpful.
Perfect.
But yeah, and then somehow I landed on doing a 100k ultra marathon instead, because I thought that would be more reasonable.
Because that's just so much easier.
From a time commitment, it is.
Yeah, well, I mean, all you're doing is going on trail runs, which you love. So, I mean, really ideal situation. Friction. Yeah. Yeah,
and like I can run from my front door, so I don't need to travel. I don't need to do anything. I need to drive to the trails once a week, which is very, very easy.
Perfect. Yeah, definitely a much easier goal. And so will you be doing any other training for that? Will you still do kind of some bike and swim just to keep up, or? Yeah,
I'll still probably one swim a week just so I don't lose it. And then 2 or 3 bikes per week, because bike fitness transfers over to run fitness pretty well. And I don't want to regress in Ironman. Yeah. I'm just trying to stay where I'm at. And then when I do this 100k, I will target an Ironman, whether that is straight away or whether it's a little bit later, but that'll be the goal.
Perfect. So that's your high for the week, is choosing, which is so good. Love it.
Yeah, making a decision. Yeah, it was just like, such a weight off the shoulders.
I bet. It was nice to see when you said you'd made the choice, so it was good.
Yeah. How about you, Georgia? You're through peak week now. You're on the home stretch. Yeah.
Wow. What a week. Far out. I was just shy of 90 Ks, which, I mean, old me would have been so devo that I was 3 Ks off the like whole even number. But I really, by the end of it, I was like, I could not give a flying fuck.
Yeah. It doesn't matter. Yeah. You're just like, I'm fucking done.
Yeah. I think I was like 86.99 or something. I was like, couldn't even care less. Don't even care.
Yeah. That's how you know you've trained well. Like so many people, if that wasn't a big number for them, they're like, I'll just push to 90.
Yeah.
Or like when they're at 50Ks, like they're at 47Ks, they'll push to 50. But like when you're cooked, you're like, nah, Not
Nah,
a chance.
Absolutely not. Yeah, it was a big week. Biggest thing this week was doing my 37K Big Daddy long run before work on Friday.
Yeah, boy.
Which, I mean, I had no choice because I was doing City to Surf. So that was kind of the decision I had to do and I had to make. So, yeah, got up at 4:30 in the morning or something and had my breakfast and went for a run and absolutely scared shitless that I was going to get murdered in the park, but my heart rate was through the roof. I messaged Matt to be like, oh, this run's not good at the start because my heart rate's all crazy, and anyway, it was fine. But yeah, got through the run pretty well. Had a weird gel. Have you had the apple pie flavour from Pure Sports Nutrition?
Yeah, it's goat.
What?
It's so
no,
good.
No, not apple and cinnamon.
Oh.
Yeah, see, I
There's
knew
two
it.
apple flavors?
I know, right? So I thought it was apple and cinnamon. Favorite flavor. Love it. Just picked it up at 4:30 in the morning. Just didn't even really look.
Yep.
I saw apple and I was like, whatever. Anyway, and I'm like downing this gel and I was like, ugh, what is that? It is horrendous. I'm
Really?
sorry. Horrendous. And everyone online was like, yeah, worst flavor ever.
Interesting.
Oh, it
They've
made
got a
me
couple of
spew.
bangers. Like Pure have got some good ones, but they've got some ones where you're like, fuck me, like that's rough.
Yeah, it's rough. Like, I can't even explain what it tastes like. It is just, I'm sorry, Pure, but it is disgusting. It made me spew on the side of the road. And then I started seeing stars because I was like, oh shit, all the blood's rushed to my head. But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that was my long run. Got that done. So that's kind of the high for the week. The low, not really a low, but it poured rain on City to Surf, which was hilarious, but equally freezing cold.
Just adds to the vibes.
Yeah. It was really funny. Like, Heartbreak Hill is hard enough as it is, and then for it to be absolutely bucketing down and you're like running through a stream of water. But yeah, by the end of it, I was so freezing. I had to get 3 buses home and I was just like, I'm so over this right now.
3 buses? What the fuck? Who lives in Sydney?
Well, no, it's only because of how they do City to Surf is that they just do direct buses to Bondi Junction, and I'm not even 5Ks from Bondi Junction. It's just one of those things where it's just super annoying on public transport for me to get to. It's 10 minutes in the car. Yeah, well, I thought you'd be mad because I would have done more.
But surely jogging home is easier than getting 3 buses.
In the rain, in the freezing cold. No,
You're already wet. What do you say? You only get wet once. Blah, blah, blah.
I will regret saying that for the rest of my life.
Every time I'm in like, you only get only get wet once.
Yeah, seriously. But yeah, so anyway, by the end of it, I was done. Got a coffee, sat on my couch. Anyway. But it was a big week. Very glad to be over it. Feeling very good, feeling confident. You left some very nice feedback from me, Matt. So that was encouraging.
That's your one per prep, so.
That's it. Done for the year is this one thing.
I'm all good. Coaching completed.
It was so nice, guys. I was like, what? What's happening right now? Dear.
As a coach, you need to pick your moments, because if you're super motivational and like over the top for every workout, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
So, and then sometimes you just need to be like, good work, keep going. Like, you just got to pick it. So like when it's a big key workout and something hasn't gone to plan, it's that's the time where you got to like really sort of ramp things up as a coach to be like, yo, that workout doesn't matter. Like, you look at everything else you've done.
Yeah, but look, I mean, the run I did wasn't too bad, right? It was good feedback.
It was good. Yeah, but like based on the feedback you gave me, I then have to give feedback. I can't just ignore everything you said and just look at data. I have to, much to my dismay, I have to take your emotions into consideration.
Yeah, look, it was hard, but it was fine. I got to work on time and then pretty much got to work, had a really quick shower, and then had to go and walk 3 blocks to go drop something off to a client. And I was like, oh God, my legs are so dead. But yeah, I ordered myself some charcoal chicken. It was so good. It was a good day.
Life's tough at the top, eh?
I know, right? Oh, amazing. All right. Well, we may as well get into this episode because we have so much to go through. So I'm going to kick things off. We have so many questions, but I have put them all into groups so it's nice and easy for you guys to understand, and I've tried to kind of group them in terms of before race, during race, after race, that kind of thing. So let's kick things off with question from Lily and Nicole. Most important question ever. Georgia, what are you wearing and what are your race day shoes? I snuck this one in here. I don't know if Matt knew I put this in. This is very important.
Matt has left the chat.
I'm gonna be really quick. So, as as I am kitted out by the team at ASICS, I will be wearing a ASICS crop, but I'm actually wearing the ASICS Metaspeed Edge in the Tokyo, which is the latest Metaspeed that they brought out. It is super squishy. I got it just before it was released online and everything. So I've been testing it for a little while now and absolutely love it. I've done all my last couple of key long runs in it and now they're being put aside, ready for race day. So yeah, that's kind of it. Nothing too exciting. It's just.
I'm glad we got to the bottom of that, Georgia. Thank you for all of our listeners.
You're welcome, Lily and Nicole. 2 people, Matt. 2.
Lily and Nicole, you've let me down.
Okay, cool. So I have a question here from Sam that says, is it common to struggle to hit paces in training but find it easy on race day?
Would you like to take this, Georgia? This is your specialty. Oh, shit.
Whoa.
Oh, we fucking did it.
Hey, look, my paces have been all right this time around. I've been pretty good.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to say yes, it's common that it does feel harder because you're more exhausted during training and you've been doing a lot more work, and then race day is just one day of a long run. So, Matt.
Yeah, I mean, you've only asked me this, I don't know how many times in the how long we've been working together, 18 months, but yeah, like there are times where, and this goes for all running, there are times where race pace feels easy, there are times where race pace feels borderline impossible. And you're like, I had to do 10Ks at race pace, how am I going to do 42?
Yes.
The way I tell all of my athletes is the majority of race pace sessions come on the long run. So you're at the back end of a week, you've stacked a whole bunch of volume and intensity in the body. It's normal to feel that it's harder than it should be. When we get to a race, you've tapered, you've freshened up. Realistically, you're probably only going to, if you're running a marathon, you're probably going to run low 50s for the total week of like volume. So you'll just be a lot fresher. Your leg turnover will be a lot quicker. RPE will be significantly lower. So unless you're out by like, I don't know, 30 or 40 seconds per kilometer during race pace, then I'd be like, oh, that probably seems a little bit much. But if you're out by no more than 15 seconds, you'll be maybe 20 seconds on a bad day, you'll be golden.
Yeah, which was me on my long run on the weekend. I was doing 5:45s just because I was all sorts happening. But yeah. I mean, I'm still confident that I can hit my race pace on the day because all my other sessions were good.
Yeah, but your big block, you averaged 5:38, 5:41, and 5:44 for your 10K blocks. So
there you go.
I think you averaged 5:46 for the whole session, something like that.
Yeah,
so, including the off period.
Yeah.
So
we're golden.
Yeah, good as gold, mate.
Good as gold.
And that was at the end of a 90K run week.
Yeah, not worried. Don't be worried, Sam. You'll be sweet.
Yeah, good as gold, mate.
Cool. Let's jump into nutrition and carb loading. So Victoria's asked, what does a true carb load look like? How many days in advance should you be doing it?
I would really recommend going and listening to our episode with Lauren, episode 23,
Yes, 23, I'm pretty sure.
23. I knew it was an odd number. Episode 23 with Lauren. We actually did a full deep dive with her on with carb loading and all of that stuff. And just for context, she's a sports dietitian. She's my sports dietitian. She's the sports dietitian for the Performance Project as well. So she knows her shit. But short answer, sort of 48 hours beforehand would be plenty. So you're running on the Sunday, start sort of Friday afternoon. Key things, don't have a big dinner the night before. Don't do that traditional big pasta or steak and rice sort of thing. Manage your carbohydrates throughout the day so it doesn't affect your sleep in the night. And then nothing new on race day. Whatever you've had for breakfast, morning, the whole time during your prep, do that on race day. Just have a little bit more than you normally do.
Yep. So as Matt said, 48 hours. I always do the Friday. I just do it most of the Friday. I have my normal breakfast. I have a bit more carby lunch. My dinner will be like a big bowl of pasta. Then the Saturday, again, as Matt has said in previous podcasts, if you're normally having 2 slices of toast, have 3 slices of toast. And, then you can have your sweetened pineapple juice. You can have a bowl of rice, have fried rice for lunch, or have like a big bowl of pasta again, or a pizza if that's what you want to do. I like to use, there's an app called, oh gosh, I've completely forgotten what it's called, but you could use, those apps where you count your calories and stuff, that they actually tell you how many carbs are in things. I find that super helpful for me because I lose track of how much I've had for the day. Matt, is there a way that people should think, sorry, let me start that again. Should people go by the rule of like 8 grams per kilo of body weight or not?
8 grams is probably closer for the blokes. For women, I'd start at 6, especially if you've never carb loaded before. If you have carb loaded, you could go up to sort of 7 or 8. And then blokes, if you have carb loaded before, you can go 10, maybe 12. Realistically, you should have done some form of carb load, at least a simulation of it in preparation, so you know what you can tolerate. If you're not sure, less is more. Because once you get gut distress, if you go out eating 10 or 12 grams per kilo of body weight and you start getting stomach cramps and you start feeling upset, bloated, all of that sort of stuff, it's very, very hard to undo that. You're better off starting at 6, doing that for 24 hours and be like, actually, I've managed 6 really, really well. I'm going to go to 7, 7.5 for the next 24 hours. Like that is a far safer way. And if you feel like you've underdone it, you can always just have some super calorie dense things like honey that is not going to upset your stomach. So you could have 3 or 4 like spoonfuls of honey. Yes, sickly sweet, but you get like 100 grams of carbs in like that. So very, very easy with very little downside.
Yeah, it's super, super easy to digest the honey as well. And again, as Matt said, nothing new on race day. So whatever you've been having every single morning before your long runs, do the same thing. Don't change it. Don't be like, I'm going to have crumpets now. Like, stick to your bagel, stick to your whatever you have. Trust me, I've been there. I've tried something new and it's not fun.
Stick to the plan.
And there's other things like, especially I know some people are concerned about carb loading being gluten-free and things like that. You can have rice. Like rice is such a good one. I even like have a bowl of warm rice with like tinned fruit on top is a really good source of carbs as like a dessert or a snack. That's a really good one. But yeah, rice is your friend if you're gluten-free. Cool. So Dean has asked, should I stop at every aid station for water during the race? Now, during Sydney Marathon, I've had a quick go over the course profile and where all the water stations are. You'll find the first waters at about 5Ks in, which I mean, you really shouldn't be needing any water before then. And then you've got water every 2Ks, toilets are at every drink station, and electrolytes every 5K. So, I mean, if you don't feel like you need water every 2 kilometers, and if you haven't practiced that in all your long runs, it's definitely not necessary to stop at every single aid station, in my opinion.
I would. The only caveat to that is how quick or slow a runner are you? If it is taking you 20 minutes between aid stations, sure, have a drink. If it is taking you 10 minutes, keep running. You'll be fine.
Yeah. Yeah. Even, do every second one, or if you want to just hit every...
Just go based on feel. Like you do not need someone to tell you when you should be drinking. Like, you know. If you drink at that cadence while you're training, you know that you need to drink that much. If you do not drink at that cadence while you're training, you know you don't need to drink that much.
Yeah.
Like,
I
nothing
think
new on race day.
Yeah, this is one of those things where it might be slightly overthinking it. I think just go by feel, do what you need to do, but don't feel like you have to do it just because they're there.
The only one I would say never skip is an electrolyte table. Just hit it, even if you don't want to drink the whole cup, have a sip just so you're on top of your sodium. That would be the only one, because they're every 5. So even if you're a decent runner, it's going to be 20 to 30 minutes between aid stations. I would hit them, between electrolyte stations, excuse me. I would hit that almost no matter what. But water, if it's every 2, you'll be fine. Just do it based on feel.
Yeah, I'm going to take my little hand flask. I've absolutely loved using that for my
How long
all
is
of
it
my
taking
long.
you to fucking warm up to that? We've only been saying it for how long?
Well, I got onto it after London Marathon, having those little plastic water bottles that they give you on course.
I've still been telling you for friggin' 9 months to do it.
You really are. But hey, I don't listen to Coach Matt. I'm like, shut up.
No shit.
So yeah, when Matt was like, just carry a soft flask, I'm like, I give in. And yeah, I love it now. So it's handy because you just sip it. And then I think I got one with a really...
Really? Is that how it works?
Shut up. I got one with a really wide opening so that I can open it and then just fill the cup with electrolytes as I'm running. Yeah?
Why are you filling the cup with electrolyte?
Sorry, filling the little
filling
bottle.
the flask?
Yeah, like I
Right.
got one with a big opening so that I can't miss it.
Yeah, right. I was like, fill the cup. You got to ask for an empty cup and pour your flask into the cup and drink it. I was like, what are we doing?
No. Ooh, doo-doo-doo. All right, so this question was the most asked question, and the question I get asked about all the time. I had 4 people ask me today, just separate to this even conversation, but the hills. So many people asked about the hills, and the basic, like the general consensus with it was it. Oh, fuck. The general consensus with it was, where are the hills and are they hard? Like, what should I expect? So I have gone through the whole map again, even though I know it back to front. I've gone through it just to make sure. I've looked at the gradient for you guys, and I'm going to quickly do a rundown of the hills on course. This is going to be so boring for you, Matt. I'm so sorry.
Well, we're going to do what you are going to say, and then I'm going to give these people some real advice, so go for it.
Great. Oh, God. Matt's going to completely say the opposite to what I say.
It could be. Well,
Could
guess
be.
we'll have to wait and find out, because
You
I haven't
never
decided
know.
what I'm going to say yet.
All right, cool. So I've been through the whole course and from memory. So you're starting over in North Sydney and you're going downhill to the Harbour Bridge. From memory, this is a fast downhill. It's pretty steep. So just like chill out and don't go crazy. My pacer last year went absolutely wild and was running like 5-minute kilometers down that hill. So it really threw me. So just remember to try as best as you can to stick to your paces here until you get to the Harbour Bridge, which is a slight uphill. And I think this is the one that people think is really big, but it's not. You will see the bridge and you'll be so excited about the bridge. You won't even see the uphill. It's not even a problem, honestly. From Bridge to down to Pyrmont, which is down by the water, this is all downhill again, super easy, but it is quite steep. So just make sure, as I said, keeping your paces. Around, once you see kind of the Opera House and you've been under the Harbour Bridge, this is when you start to hit a couple of the big hills in the city. So we had a question from Mads asking about if there was anything on the course to watch out for or congestion. This is probably the only point of the course that it is quite congested. Through the city, it's, one lane each way kind of roads. It's not like 4 wide like some of it is. So this is kind of congested and it's uphill. So from pretty much the Opera House all the way back up what is called Macquarie Street. So it's a big hill there. Keep that in mind. Then the biggest hill of the course, which is Oxford Street. Now, I've been doing this hill pretty much all of my training runs. If I can survive it, you guys can. It's really not that bad. Everyone thinks it's bad because they look at the map and it looks really steep, but it's not. It's really not that bad. So don't stress about it. Pretty much after that, all the way from the city out to Kingsford, around Centennial Parklands and back again is mostly flat, slightly rolling hills, nothing to be concerned about. This is where you can really set into your paces. So it's a solid 20 kilometers of just chilling. So this is where you really focus, really dial in, make sure everything's, feeling good. Then you've got downhill to Oxford Street, which is amazing. You can absolutely fly down that, which then takes you into the Botanical Gardens. And this is the hill that everyone talks about. Everyone frets about the last hill. It's at like 39 kilometers, 40 kilometers. The amount of people that are like, oh my God, the hill right at the end, it looks horrendous. It's not that bad. It's just a hill. Honestly, a lot of the races in Sydney have this hill in it and everyone is fine. So don't stress about it. And then it's downhill all the way to the finish line. So pretty chill. Matt, do you want to go over what you wanted to say?
If you are concerned, the Sydney Marathon, Sydney Marathon is considered a hilly marathon. There is 300 meters of elevation.
Yeah, but you're a trail runner.
No.
That's different.
No, there's 300 meters of elevation over 42 kilometers. Like, if you were worried about that, you have not trained hard enough. It shouldn't even be a thought in your mind.
Yeah.
Like, it's not a hilly course. Like, if you have trained well, 300 meters of elevation, you will just roll through. Even if you are a slow runner, if you have done the adequate training, it will not be a factor. If you are concerned about hills, you have not trained hard enough.
Yeah, and it also makes it interesting because I found Gold Coast Marathon, which is dead flat, so boring because you're not changing, like your legs aren't moving in a different way, and so you cramp easier. I love the hills. I think it makes it so much more interesting, but as Matt said, it's really not that high. I don't know where everyone got the idea because I think obviously it is the most highest amount of elevation out of all of the major marathons, but it's also net downhill. So it's mostly downhill. It's easy. It's just, yeah, don't
more
stress
downhill
about
than
it.
uphill, not mostly downhill.
Sorry.
More downhill would mean it'd be like more than 21 kilometers downhill.
That's what I meant.
There's 400 meters net
yeah.
down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but seriously, 300 meters over 42 kilometers is so negligible. Like, I bet you guys, if you went and looked, unless you live just on super, super flat areas, like you live out in farmland or whatever, you'd be surprised at how much elevation you guys get just cruising around in like your normal area where you live. Like, if you run 30 odd Ks of Centennial Park, you'll get 200 plus meters of elevation. So,
yeah. Just go back through your Strava and have a look at your last couple of runs.
You'd be surprised at how close you actually get. I bet you there'd be very, very few runs with less than 200 meters of elevation.
Yeah, I'm just having a look now to see what the elevation was on my long run because, no, it's like 200 meters.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So just, yeah, look, as I said, so many people ask this and they really sound like they're stressing about it. Don't stress. It's all good. You'll be fine.
Yeah. I ran 9.26 kilometers this morning and there was 125 meters of elevation. That was mostly flat. Like, it's just, elevation is not a big deal. Like, that level of elevation is not a big deal.
Yeah.
You'll be fine.
In terms of the elevation and stuff, we've had quite a few questions. Like Cameron, Louis, Matt, Brooke, Chloe, Belle all asked, because it starts downhill, is it best to kind of push the pace at the start while it feels really easy downhill and then settle into a consistent pace, like to bank a bit of a buffer? Or is it best to just settle straight into a consistent pace even though it's downhill?
I would recommend you listen to our pacing episode. It's cool that we can do that. We have so many episodes we can refer people to episodes. But the rules of the marathon, less is more. Always, always, always. It is, the quicker you can get into rhythm and be exerting less effort, the better. So do not overthink it. Do not be like, I'm going to run fast for this bit and slow down and do all this. All of that is just burning matches. You don't need to. Rhythm, rhythm, rhythm. As soon as you find the rhythm, stick with it and go as easy as possible for as long as possible.
Yeah. And look, guys, I'm here to make the mistakes so you don't have to. I did this at Gold Coast Marathon. Don't recommend. So just start out easy. You don't need to bank time. I feel like that is just, you're just going to stress yourself out and also wear yourself out really quickly because you're trying to bank up time in case something goes wrong. You should have trained so that nothing really goes wrong. So you shouldn't have to bank the time. Just stick to your consistent pace.
Yeah. If you haven't trained, if you're thinking about this now, like you're like, oh, what should I do? Like you haven't trained it, so don't try and do it on race day. Just find your rhythm. If you're an experienced runner and you're like, I know I can run really well downhills and it doesn't cost me a lot of energy. If you're even having that thought process and you're able to identify it, you're an experienced runner and you know what you're doing. So if you're questioning it, don't do it. Just find your rhythm, stick to your paces, and trust the process.
Yeah, perfect. And yeah, just as Matt said, like kind of settle into that pace as early as you can, because then you're more calm. And when I was going downhill last year and I couldn't settle into a pace, it then made me really stressed and my heart rate was elevated. So definitely do that. Okay, cool. So Megan and Mads has asked, what are the course changes this year? Are there any things that we should know of? I mean,
I think this is only relevant if you've run Sydney previously.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure whether to answer this or not, but there was a few things. If you have run Sydney previously, they've removed a couple of the hills, which is ideal. They've removed the piers that everyone used to run, which were wet and slippery. Again, it's just helping. It was, they're wet, slippery and congested, and they've removed them. Being a major marathon, guys, they've done all of these things knowing that there's going to be a lot of people. So don't stress about congestion. Don't stress about like anything that's going to come up out of the blue, because they've been through this course. We've been running it now, this same kind of course for the last 3 years, and it's been tried and tested. So don't be stressing about things that are just going to pop up. Just focus on
those things don't happen. There's no magic. All of a sudden, there's 10,000 people on this one piece of road. Like, they have thought about everything. They have tested it, tried it. That's literally how it became a world major, is because it was so well organized. Like, just they know what they're doing. Don't overthink it.
Definitely. And look, there was one part of the course that they removed, which is Moore Park Road. It was a hill that was right after Centennial Park. That was the toughest thing for me last year. It was mentally really hard, but I mean, now they've removed it. Sweet. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah, good as gold, mate.
Good as gold. Belle and Poling have asked, I'm starting later in the day. Will it be very exposed, and what if it's pouring rain? So it's an outside course, so yes, it is very exposed.
I saw this one. I was just like, what do you reckon? It's exposed, and if it's raining, you're going to get wet next.
Yeah, look, thank you, Matt. I'm
No
going
worries,
to
mate.
give a more softened answer to that. Look, if it rains, I mean, what are you going to do? It's no different to it raining on your wedding day. You can't do anything about it. You may as well just embrace it. By now, you should have done at least 1 or 2 runs in the rain. And if you haven't, I'm sorry, it's your own fault. Like, you can't do everything on a trail.
I am actually against that.
What do you mean?
No, if where you live it hasn't rained and it rains on race day, like, you can't train for that. Like, you just got to deal with it. Like, there's no.
Oh, yeah, I more mean like as in if you've avoided rainy days, like by not running or running in the gym.
Yeah, but like if you just haven't been exposed to rain, that does not affect. It doesn't affect your pace. It doesn't affect your heart rate. It doesn't affect anything tangible. Like, you're just going to be wet.
Yeah.
Your clothes will be about 0.78% heavier.
Yeah. And look, I've run a few races in the rain. It's actually kind of fun. So don't worry about it.
You'll be right.
You can't change it. There's no point wasting energy on stressing about it.
If anything, it's good because your heart rate will be down. Harder to get up because you'll be cold.
Oh, there you go. I did not know that. Okay, cool. We had quite a few questions about the bag drop, what to pack, and the size limit. So, yes, there's a bag drop. The bag drop is at the expo. The expo will run from Thursday to Saturday. It's all day. It's down in the city. All you have to do, take your stuff in a Woolies bag, get your bib. They give you a bag drop bag. You put your number on it and you put your stuff in it. So it's not as stressful as you think. Bag drop is amazing. Definitely do it. From London, I absolutely loved what I kind of packed. I've worked out some things that are really helpful for me. I pack like spare socks, my recovery slides, my UFOs. I pack.
They have a gay name.
Oh, stop it! We love UFOs. They're so comfy. I pack a post-run drink, so whether that's electrolytes or like me, I like to pack a Coke. Snacks, because I'm always super hungry after. And then if you're going out afterwards, which I know a lot of people do, like pack yourself some baby wipes, deodorant, all that kind of stuff so you feel really fresh. There's lots of parties and stuff happening in the city after the marathon, so that's going to help you. Pack your finisher tee. You get your finisher tee at the expo. Don't forget to pick that up when you're at the expo. So many people forgot last year, and there's not one at the finish line.
Super weird you get your finisher tee before you finish.
Yeah,
super weird.
Same as London. You get your finisher tee.
All the marathons, I'm pretty sure, do it like that. Strange.
Especially with Sydney. I mean, when you finish and you come through the finisher chute, it's actually really small, and so it's very hard because you're obviously stopping right on the water there. There's no space for the finisher tees. I was actually glad when they removed it.
In Ironman, we get them in the recovery area. Like they just have a stall. They just have a stall set up.
I mean, yeah, that would make sense as well. But
yeah,
I guess
you get a finisher shirt before you finish, so people are just like, "Got it, I'm out."
Yeah, it is a bit weird. It was a bit weird last year when people were turning up to the start line in their finisher tee, and I was like,
doing the marathon in their finisher. Talk about bad juju.
I'm like that. Yeah, it's weird. What else do I pack? Keys, all that kind of stuff. It's pretty self-explanatory. Just pack everything you're going to need.
Yeah, a lot of this is just people overthinking it.
That's okay. We're here to help you. I'll hold your hand, guys.
It's fine, yeah. But if you need us to tell you what to pack, guys, come on.
Matt's like, guys, come on.
Yeah, come on.
Yeah, cool. All right. So then there was a bunch of questions about what's the crowd like throughout the marathon. Britt has asked that, and quite a few other people actually. The crowd last year was good. Like, it's not London Marathon. It's going to be hard to tell though. This year's the first year it's a major. So who knows? Could be heaps of people, could be not many. I don't know. But in all like the city areas, Centennial Park, the city, all the key areas, there's tons of people. It's enough to get you through. Yeah, just tell all your friends and family to come and cheer so that there's more people.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Again, I think this is one of the. It's cool to know, like, if you want your family and friends to be at certain spots to see you. But I think that's more you organise that with them rather than what the crowd's like. There's going to be people everywhere. There will be dead patches. Like, that's just this, with any race anywhere in the world. There will be highly congested areas, and areas you'll go around a corner and you'll be like, oh, am I on the course because there is no one here?
Yeah.
And that just is what it is. That's every race.
Yeah, definitely. And like on that, there was a bunch of questions. Like, we've got a question from Katie, Georgie, and Chris R that was asking about transport to and from the marathon and for families, as well as spectating places, and how does your family get around. So transport to the race is free for runners. It's not free for families. Getting around, no, not particularly. It's easy in the city because, I mean, you just walk everywhere. But getting out to like Centennial Park, I would just say hire a line bike. Just tell them to ride out there, or they can Uber. I mean, yeah. I don't know how else. Yeah. There's plenty of places for people to spectate. I know this for my first marathon, I was really stressed about whether or not, your family can cross the course and things like that. There's plenty of places that they will be guided to cross, and there's people there that tell them when to go and when to stop and all that kind of stuff. So as we said before, this event is run so well. I guarantee you, if you're stressing about it, they've already thought of it. So don't worry.
Yeah, I bet you also, I haven't checked this, but if you went on like Sydney Marathon social media or Sydney Marathon website, they would have like a spectator's guide or spectator hints, tips. Here are good places. Here's how to get to them, etc. So,
yes, they do.
Whatever question you have thought of, I promise you, they have a solution to.
They do. And there's heaps of places they have set up with like DJs and stuff like that your family can stand around, and there's like coffee carts and stuff like that. So yes, it's a long day, especially if I'm going to
drink so much coffee that day. It's going to be outrageous.
You are. From like last year, my family came and watched me, and like my family and friends in Barangaroo, if you know Sydney. Then they came up to the park because they could just walk straight up, and there's enough time between where I'm running past them at Barangaroo to when I meet them at the park, at Hyde Park. And then some of my family then hightailed it straight to Centennial, waited for me at Centennial, and then came back to the city. So there's plenty of places that they can see you if you want them to be along the course for 3 or 4 kind of different spots. Otherwise, just tell them to go get brunch somewhere and then come back to the finish line.
Yeah.
So that's what my friends did. So it's super easy. Cool. I'm trying to find questions that we haven't already kind of answered just in our rambles. Cool. Maddie and Kirsty have asked, how do you recover the day after the marathon? When is the best time, and what is the best type of recovery? Is it a massage? When do you get it? All that kind of stuff.
Sleep, eat, drink. That is it. Like, chances are you won't sleep well night of the marathon. Or night after the marathon, you'll wake up with like dead legs and everything. I wouldn't be overly fixated on getting a massage or anything. Like, I don't get massages after Ironman, for example.
Also, like, I couldn't think of anything worse than getting a massage when I'm that sore.
Yeah, like, I'm running a 24-hour ultra marathon this weekend, and Georgie, you just look like you had a stroke.
I didn't realise that was this weekend. In my brain, I was going, oh God, what's happening? What day is it?
and I was getting body work today, and I told Jared, my bodywork guy, and he was like, "Do you want to get one afterwards?" I'm like, honestly, I think I'll be too sore. Like, I think you got to leave it 3 or 4 or 5 days before you can actually get a proper massage. Because normally, as soon as they start poking you, you are so sore that they can't actually get into the muscle and do anything. It's more just to like get a little bit of blood flow in there. And realistically, you're better off just going for a walk.
Yeah, go for a walk. Go down to the beach and just put your legs in the cold water. Just go for a walk around at the beach. Just walk up and down.
Sleep, eat, drink, blood flow. Like that. They're the key things.
Yeah, look, I just can't think of anything worse than being poked and prodded after. I just, try and sleep in as best I can. Although I'm pretty sure on Monday I'm going to work, so
yeah,
it's just like I'll be walking around heaps. It's probably better than just laying on the couch because my legs are
100%
moving.
it is. Yep.
Yeah, heaps of people are like, "Are you taking the day off?" I'm like, "No, I have to work." What do you mean?
I mean, I'm probably a little bit of an outlier in here because I do Ironman, but like it's only 3 to 5 hours of exercise, 3 to 6 hours of exercise. Like you don't need a whole day off to recover from that.
Yeah.
Like
look,
you finish at lunchtime, bit after lunch, go have some tea, get to bed early, you'd be right as rain.
Yeah, look, my first ever marathon, I took the next day off and then I just went down to the beach. But I mean, realistically, I just went to the beach and sat down. So
yeah,
depends on what you do for work.
If it's your first one and you're a little bit nervous, maybe take the day off just because you don't know how you're going to react.
Yeah.
But like, if you've done a marathon before, you know what it feels like. You know you're going to walk peg-legged for a day or two and then you'd be right as rain. And you also know the quicker you get up and get moving, the quicker the recovery is. The more you sit around and stay stationary, the worse it is. So yeah.
I like going into the city. Like, I like working the next day because you see all the people wobbling around. Especially in because I'm in such a corporate area, you see all the guys in suits that look like they've got a pole up their bum and they're trying to walk downstairs. It's so funny. You're like, oh, he ran the marathon yesterday. Yep. Also, it's a chance to just tell people you ran a marathon. So, why not?
George is one of those people who walk around for medal the next day.
Yes, it's called Medal Monday for a reason. I don't wear it to work. I'm only joking.
Yeah, you do.
We did in London. We wore them the next day in London. And got to say, we had so much free stuff and so many people being like, oh my God, congrats. But I don't wear it to work because I just couldn't wear it to work.
You do wear it to work. Don't lie to the people.
I don't. I seriously don't.
Don't lie to the people, Georgia.
I'm not. Okay, cool.
See, she just deflected that, guys. I'm right.
I don't know how to answer you. Look, a lot of the questions we got, guys, as we've just kind of said, is like, I think everyone's overthinking it, overstressing. I know if it is your first marathon, I completely understand it. Like, I have been there before. I understand that it can be really nerve-wracking. It's all the unknown, all that kind of thing. But just try not to think too much about it because you're just going to waste energy stressing. And
100%.
The last couple of weeks leading into the marathon, the last thing you need to be doing is stressing. So just treat it like it's any other long run you've done. I mean, if you've done, a 35, 36 kilometer long run recently, you've basically run a marathon anyway. So just don't stress about it.
Yeah, I agree. I deal with a lot of first time athletes and whatnot, and the messages that I get are very, very similar to the questions. Like, people tend to panic, and people, they just don't know. They don't know what you don't know, right? And that's absolutely fine. But realistically, like, as long as you got your running shoes on and your race number, you're gonna be fine. Just do what you've trained for. Don't overthink it. Don't get in your head. Just enjoy the day. Enjoy the vibes. If things aren't going to plan, that's kind of half the point of endurance sports. So don't worry about that. Like, the majority of my fucking races don't go to plan. The majority of my athletes' races don't go to plan. But every once in a while, they get a really, really good race as well. So the reason we do endurance sports is to eventually get that good performance. George can resonate with that. Like, Gold Coast, disaster. Sydney Marathon, awesome. London was just a bit of fun. Sydney Marathon, it's going to be awesome. Like, if things aren't going to plan, it's okay. It's normal. Just, you got to ride it out.
Yeah, and it's nothing you can do about it. If something happens, you can't change it, you can't fix it. Just try your best.
I take my Ironman cans. Like from the moment I got in the water, I was like, this is not gone to plan. I was like, what do you do? Do you stop? Do you give up? Or do you just keep doing what you trained for? And eventually you will get to the end as long as you keep putting one foot in front of the other. So don't overthink it. Don't get in your head. Just keep moving forward.
Yeah, just treat it like any other long run. It's a little bit longer. Yes, you'll have more vibes. You'll have more fun. It'll be so exciting. Just give yourself, enough time so that you're not stressed. Get up that little bit earlier. Have your breakfast as soon as you get up so you're digesting it better. If getting to North Sydney is stressful for you because you have to get 2 modes of transport and like, what if a bus is late or this, like get an Uber. I did that last year. Nick and I got an Uber together. It was amazing. We didn't have to stress. We got there in 20 minutes. Like it was not a whole ordeal. But, if you are getting public transport, everyone else is getting public transport too. There's thousands of people going to the exact same place. They're all going to the same
spot. You're going to be fine.
You are going to be fine. So there's plenty of public transport that will drop you at North Sydney. When you get there, there's so many marshals around that will help you. You can ask them, there's tons of portaloos.
If in doubt, follow the thousands of people in front of you.
Yeah, just follow the people, ask a question, ask another runner a question as well. If you get there and you're like, oh my God, I don't know where I'm going, or I don't know what to do, or I don't know what, just ask someone else. Everyone is so so friendly. If someone came up to me and was like, oh, I don't really know where I'm supposed to be, I'd be like, okay, cool, let's have a look. What zone do you need to be in? Where should you be? That kind of thing.
It's also, again, they have thought about everything, so it's so easy to find it. Like if you can't find something or you are struggling, like just take a breath, slow down and be like, okay, where do I need to go? And then just, there will be a sign, there will be someone, there will be, like George said, a marshal, a volunteer, whatever. Like their whole goal is to make sure that you have a good day, so you come back, so you're a repeat customer. Like at the end of the day, it's a business, so they want you to return and spend more money, so they want you to have a fantastic experience. That is their goal. So don't overthink it.
Definitely don't overthink it. And when you get there, like there's a dude on a big speaker who's saying like, zone A, like make sure you're getting into your pens, like it's big, like caged off areas. Yeah. It's like a bloody petting zoo. But you go in there and you warm up, and then you do what you've got to do. Make sure you've been to the bathroom. You go in your little zone, and then they call your zone out, and you'll start moving. The crowd will move. You'll walk with everyone. Everyone's so excited. Like, yeah, just listen to the guy. Don't overthink it. If you go to the wrong zone and you start a bit late, it doesn't matter. As long as you're crossing that start line, your chip won't go until you cross the start line. So don't stress if you're not in the right area. Just run your race. Yeah?
Agreed.
So, yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any other kind of last minute advice. I think we've covered everything.
No, just nothing new on race day, guys. That's the biggest bit of advice you need. Nothing new on race day. Trust the process. Stick to what you've done. Stick to what you've trained. Stick to what you've practiced. There's nothing you can do now. But by the time you listen to this podcast, there is literally nothing you can do to change the outcome of what's going to happen on Sydney Marathon from a fitness perspective. All that you can do is stick to your routine and be as prepared as possible.
Yes, and don't let this last, like Matt has been drilling this into us as our athletes. He has been saying a lot of, make sure these next 3 weeks, like you guys are going to hear this tomorrow, so make sure these next 3 weeks you're really focusing, you're not dropping the ball, you're not missing your sessions, you're still going to the gym and doing everything, your stretches and all that kind of stuff. Don't drop the ball here. This is important stuff. And, look after your headspace as well, try not to think too much about it. Make sure, you're looking after yourself and doing things to help your mind as well as your body.
Yeah. Do you want me to read out the message that I put in the group chat for that?
Yes, good idea. Okay.
So I said, I gave everyone the Monday off after peak week for context. I said, hey team, hope everyone is enjoying their rest day. A reminder, just because we have gone through peak week does not mean the work is done. Now is the time where training becomes really hard mentally. This is where we see the biggest number of missed sessions, lack of focus, and a she'll be right attitude. You cannot get much fitter between now and race day, but you can lose a lot of conditioning. Stay focused, stay disciplined, keep doing hard things.
Amazing. So true. And this is definitely where people start, they go, oh, I've done the hard work and now I can just chill out. So
no, you can't improve the finishing time much, but you can fuck it for sure in these last 3 weeks. Like, it is so important to just keep training. Like, do not miss sessions, do not miss the intensity. The volume should be coming down, the intensity should be coming down, but do not skip sessions. Like, you've worked so fucking hard to put this conditioning in your legs, so hard to get this fitness up. Do not ruin it in the last 21 days just because it's getting a little bit easier, a little bit less. Things are coming down. Like, stay locked in, stay focused.
Yeah, and these sessions should feel really good. Like, my run today felt amazing because I'm the fittest I've ever been. I'm hitting all my paces. Like, this is the time to enjoy all of your hard work. It's not
By the end
just
of this week, it should be effortless.
Yeah, it's not just about race day. Enjoy all of your hard work these next 3 weeks. You know, your easy runs will feel so easy. And if you've got a tempo session in there or some strides, like, they should feel so amazing. So, like, enjoy those moments and reflect on how hard you've worked as well. Because
to our race pace question earlier, next week when you have some tempo efforts, that's a really good gauge. That week before the marathon, if race pace is feeling sort of more than a 7.5 out of 10, you might need to just dial it down a little bit. But if it's feeling sort of sub 7.5, you'll be right as rain.
How good. Another thing really quickly is make sure you're getting, when you're at the expo, like, enjoy the expo as well. It might sound a bit lame, but it is fun. It's a fun place to be. There's heaps of other runners around. There's tons of different stalls that you can look at, different products. Don't get products for race day, but unless it's something you've tried before, but don't be like, oh, I really like this gel, I'm going to try it on race day. But the expo is fun.
Just on that, Georgia, because I know some people get mixed up on that. They're like, I've trained in this shoe. Let's just say it's the ASICS insert random shoe, Nova Blast 4. And they're like, I've trained in that the whole prep, but I'm going to get a new pair at the expo. Guys, do not do that. Like, yes, it is the same shoe, but it is not a broken in shoe. Right? Same with socks, shorts, shirts. Like, wear something you have worn that is slightly broken in. Because just because it is the same does not mean it is the same, if that makes sense.
No, definitely not. And yeah, even like, as Matt said, your socks isn't like, don't put a fresh pair of new socks on. Like, go for a couple runs in them.
Yeah. You only need to do 2 or 3, but just do not put a crisp pair of socks out because you will regret it.
Oh, even like sports bras. Like, I wore a new sports bra the other day.
Tell me about it.
Oh my God, right, Matt? Jeez.
Yeah, disaster.
Digs in all the wrong spots.
Can relate.
Yeah, look, the expo's super fun. You can get down there, you know, go with all your friends if your friends are running, that kind of thing. You can also go and listen to panel speakers. There's some epic talks on there from amazing people in the industry. So it's a really great time to, you know.
Next year we should do a live Beyond the Finish Line podcast from the expo. Start talking shit to
so
people.
Cool. I know. Yeah. Just get randoms coming up and asking questions and we can answer them.
It'd be sick.
Cool. And then I just wanted to say, in the last week leading up to Sydney Marathon, there's lots of things happening in the city, but if you guys are free on the Saturday afternoon, Matt and I are going to do a shakeout run. Unfortunately, we couldn't do our Cities Surf shakeout run because of the rain. But we are going to do one on the Saturday afternoon. It'll be a meet at 2 p.m, run at 2:30 at the same spot we always do, which is the Greenhouse Cafe in Centennial Parklands. I'm going to do a event for you guys so you can see it. But yeah, it'd be super easy. If you've got any questions, if you're nervous about anything, if you need a hug, I will be there for that. Matt will probably not give you a hug.
I'm not a hugger. I'll happily look at your analytics for you, but do not hug me.
We'll have coffee, all that sort of stuff, and we've got a bunch of amazing giveaways as well for you guys. We thought we would do up a big bunch of like sponsors who can give away some stuff for you guys so you can try some new things, not for race day. But yeah, it's a good time to kind of get all the nerves out and just kind of get the legs moving.
We'll also have a videographer there, which will be cool. Jimmy will be there. Shout out Jimmy.
Shout out Jimmy, who probably doesn't listen to this podcast.
Jimmy definitely doesn't listen to this podcast. Jimmy's currently in Europe filming for some triathlon brand, but
and he's gonna film me. Oh dear.
Yeah. Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck. I know. God. It's just all these people like, you've got sub 4 in the bag. I'm like, no. Matt's business rides on this.
Yeah, my livelihood. Sam's dinner.
I was going to say Sam's
a roof
dinner.
over her head. Do you want to take that from her, Georgia?
No,
We're going to have to come live on your lounge and then I've got to live in the city. That's a disaster.
Oh dear, you'd hate it. Yeah, look, guys, I've got it
yeah,
in the bag. You heard me in the intro. I'm soon to be sub-4 marathoner.
But can we just, let's finish on this in terms of people's goals and stuff for it. As someone who has failed their big goal 2 times in a row now, Georgia has also not succeeded at a sub-4 hour 2 times. It doesn't matter. You live to fight another day. Your self-worth is not tied to the goal. Your self-worth is so independent of it. Your self-worth is actually tied to the fact you did all this hard training and then went and put it all on the line on race day, chasing a goal. So do not let a goal determine who you are. Let the hard work determine who you are.
Yeah, for sure. And look, guys, I didn't get my goal last year. At the time, thought it was the end of the world. I survived a whole entire year of not having that goal. It
stings in the moment.
Yeah. Hurts, but it's fine. After that, I made a whole series on it, and it's been so much fun. And I've been able to inspire new people who might not have seen me last year. So I just want to say, don't forget that, some people will think, some people have said to me, like, sub-4, oh, that's nothing, like, whatever. But your goal is your goal, and
all relative.
Don't let anyone take that away from you. But
I spoke to an athlete today, and they were like, I'd love to break 5, and I was like, 5 is an awesome goal, and they're like, it's not very fast. I'm like, it's fast for you, so let's fucking go and do that.
Exactly, it's all relative. I actually shared a slide on my stories today, and I just want to share it to kind of round this off. So it says here, the next time you feel ashamed of the paces you run, remember you are probably inspiring someone just by showing up. Your paces are the least interesting thing about your journey.
100%. Couldn't agree more.
Beautiful stuff.
It is.
Go follow me on Instagram.
It's my bedtime, Georgia. I gotta go.
Yeah, Matt's got to go. So make sure you jump over to Instagram and follow us at Beyond the Finish Line _pod. You can follow me if you want, Georgia Hillis, get some nuggets of wisdom. And Matt _B _performance. Did I get that right?
No, Matt B _performance.
Oh, it's very close. Anyway, make sure you jump over to Spotify and iTunes and YouTube and like, subscribe, follow, do all the things so our podcast lands right in your homepage as it goes live. Thank you so much for listening, guys. I hope this has been helpful. Good luck to everyone who's running Sydney Marathon. We love you so much. Goodbye.
Hey, Root.
Bye.